Hello friends, new and old. Welcome back to the yoga clinic. This is going to be a powerful flow-based class for shoulder strength and mobility. So let's go ahead and get started in a child's pose. You're not going to need any props for class today. I always like to have some with me just in case, but I won't be cueing for them specifically. So balasana, child's pose. For this one, let's take the knees together so they're underneath the body and sweep the arms behind you so that the shoulder heads can just relax down. And from here, we'll take a few clearing breaths. Just noticing any tension you've brought with you onto the mat today. We don't have to make that into a problem, but just know that you are here. Anything that was stressing you out will still be there. Right now you're on the mat and you're doing something kind for your body. Let this be a practice of kindness. We'll stretch the arms forward and begin to walk them over to the left-hand side. Spider crawling the fingers, lifting the hips and sending the left sitting bone towards the right sitting bone towards the right heel. And then you can even take the right hand on top of the left. So deep lateral flexion and a wide opening on the right side body. Breathing into the right ribs, feeling the intercostal muscles between each rib, your breathing muscles, begin to open. Coming back towards center. And to the other side, we'll bump the hips over the left heel, and then maybe taking the left hand on top of the right. Expanding through left side body. And imagine breathing into the whole back plane of the left lung. Coming back through center. And finding your way to tabletop. So continuing with this lateral flexion of the spine. In yoga, we do a lot of forward and backward plane of motion. Very rarely do poses incorporate lateral flexion. So we'll just start off class by honoring that. But first we want to make sure the foundation is correct. So those little J's between your pointer and your thumb, I want you to make sure that those are pointing forward. All the knuckles are pressing down, none are lifted. In the center of both of your palms, roots. Now swing your left hip to the left and look over your left shoulder. You can check out the left heel, check out the left butt, looks good. And the other side. Good, and then keep going side to side, and I want you to incorporate breath with movement here. Like a dance. One more each side here. And then we'll find neutral table, and we'll just do one luxurious round of cat-cow. Drop the sternum, drop the belly button down, lift up through two sits bones and the crown of your head, cow. Fill the front of your lungs, and then exhale, cat, and bring the belly to the spine to the ceiling, and imagine pressing the hands and the knees away from one another. Good, find neutral. And then exhale, down dog. Pedal out the feet a little bit. So in these postures, if you need to keep your knees bent to start, or even the whole class, that's totally fine. We'll come into plank on an inhale. Dun, dun, dun. First plank of class. And for this one, we'll step the feet wide. As wide or wider than the mat. And then we're going to lift up the left hand. And automatically, the left hip point lifts. I want you to drop it down towards the floor. And then lift your right heel. And lift the right leg so much that the right glute turns on. Flex the right foot. Take the left hand down. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, right foot behind the left heel so that the pinky toes kiss. Side plank, roll onto the left side. The instep of the right foot goes down and the right arm lifts. And then cactus your right arm and press the right shoulder blade into the back of your right chest cavity. Let the left ear move towards the floor. And then shoot the right arm back down beside the left. Left toes plant, right leg lifts. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, right toes down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees a lot. Press the floor away from you and send your heart down towards the floor. Good, inhale, plank. Wide leg here. Wide leg is going to make this easier. This time the right arm lifts. Drop the right hip point down. And then lift the left leg. Right hand down. Left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, right foot behind the right. What did I say? Left foot behind the right. That's what I meant to say. Side plank. Instep of the left foot down. Rolling onto the right arm. Feel the right shoulder engage. So strong. Lift the hips. Take the left arm high. Inhale. Exhale, cactus your arm. Ooh, and then stretch through the left side of the neck. Left arm down. Right toes down. Three-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, send the chest down. Inhale, plank. Woo! Shoulders are starting to talk to me. I don't know about you. So wide-legged stance here. Just to be nice. You don't have to do that, but it's going to be harder if your feet are closer together. Left arm extends. Right leg lifts. Now, sweep the left hand back by left hip. Press your right hand away from you. Two-legged dog. That's right. Ooh. Left hand down. Right foot between the hands. Exhale. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, circle the arms behind your back. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, press the knuckles down, lift the back of your heart. Exhale, a very small, humble warrior. Scooch the right hip, right butt cheek back towards your left heel so that the hips stay square. Take the tops of both ears down towards the floor. Squeeze the right knee into the right shoulder. Take the fist overhead. Now take the fist to your low back, tuck your chin, and inhale, rise. Anjaneyasana, arms go up. Inhale. Exhale, right hand to the right hip. So as stretch, left arm goes high. And take it over to the left. And then deepen this by lunging more into the right knee. And then rolling the left shoulder open, taking a peek under the left armpit. Inhale, arms go high. And exhale, open arm twist. Left hand inside the right foot. Left knee lifts. Right arm goes high. Come onto the outside edge of your left foot. Pick up your right leg and step your right foot behind your left foot. Side plank. Cactus your right arm. Lift your hips and maybe you can open the heart towards the sky. And then shoot the right hand down. Three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your foot down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees and let the back of the heart move towards the front of the heart as you surrender into the shoulders here. Roll the eyes of the elbows forward. Oh, feels good. Inhale, plank. Right hand lifts, left leg lifts. Right hand sweeps by right hip. Two-legged dog. Right hand down. Three-legged dog. And then exhale, step the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee down. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, sweep the arms behind you. Inhale, press the knuckles down. Lift your heart towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, very small, humble warrior. Press down through your back knee and the front foot so that your stance stays grounded and solid. We always build the pose from the ground up. Imagine squeezing the inner thighs in towards one another. Fist the low back, chin tucks. Inhale, rise. Anjaneyasana, arms up. Exhale, psoas, stretch. Left hand to the left hip. Right arm reaches up and over. And then maybe lunge more, and then maybe roll the right chest open. Good, back to Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale, open arm twist, right hand down. Right knee lifts. Left arm goes high. Outside edge of the right foot goes down. Left foot lifts. Lift your hips. And then step left foot behind the right. Cactus the top arm. Roll the chest open. And then shoot the left hand down. Right toes down, left leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale. Down dog. This time, let's walk the hands to the back of the mat, Malasana. So we're going to take a shoulder opening stretch, just a quick little break here. We're going to take both hands to the small of the back, as it's called. If that's too much, you are welcome to do this one arm at a time. I'm going to do it with two. So from the small of the back, we're going to make room with our hips to thread the elbows inside. That's it. Doesn't seem like much, but believe me, after a while here, your bicep attachment on the front of the shoulders really starts to light up, or at least mine does. If you're not feeling anything, you can take the hands higher up the back. That's going to intensify the stretch. You can also let the knees come closer together. That's going to increase the stretch on the front of the shoulders. Let's just take one more breath here. And release. Ooh. Okay. Coming back to our Malasana at the back of the mat. We're going to transition to Malasana at the front of the mat. How are we going to do that? Well, you're welcome to step your way there. You can walk your way there, staying nice and low. Those are pretty hard. Gorilla walks, I think they're called. Or you can join me for some frog hops. We're going to try to jump our feet outside of the hand. And maybe, if we're lucky, we can catch some hang time in the air as we go. So you want to keep the gaze looking forward, bend the knees, and then spring up. And slowly let the feet float outside the hands. Good job, everybody. Take your hands down so they're about 6 inches in front of your feet, and then scooch them over so that they roughly frame your right foot. Strong right leg. Stand up, sweep the left leg behind you. And you can keep this right leg bent. It's not a problem. This is actually all about the left leg. Lift the left leg up, point the toe, squeeze the quad to your thigh muscle, or the thigh muscle to your thigh bone, and squeeze your hamstring and your left glute so that your whole leg is engaged. And then inhale here, and we'll exhale, just tap the left toes down. And again, lift back up and keep the whole leg engaged. Think Pilates. Exhale down. Let's go 3 more. Inhale. Belly in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep it lifted. Warrior three. Hands come to prayer. Strong right leg. Lower your chest. Lift your left leg higher. And then pull the left knee into the chest stand. Left hand to left hip. Right hand outside of right knee. Stand tall. Right quad squeezes right thigh so that the knee is straight. Drop your left hip down. And then take your chest towards the left side of your mat and maybe slightly behind you. Keep the back of the head lifting up and then rotate the gaze over the back shoulder. And keep dropping left hip down. Flex the left foot. Slowly look forward. And change. Warrior one, left foot steps back. Good, so from warrior one, we're moving into a humble warrior variation. So we're gonna keep the hands on our hips. And it seems like this would be very easy. We're gonna pull the elbows back and roll the heads of the shoulders down and away from the ears. Good, okay, simple enough, right? Belly draws in. And then we're gonna move into our humble shape and just notice what happens with the shoulders. They very much wanna roll forward. So that's the work. We wanna keep the muscles of the upper back engaged, keep the shoulders working. And this is good for our posture, postural muscles. So find your warrior one shape. Hips are square. Press down into the back foot, down to the front foot. Pull the elbows back, roll the shoulders down. Oh, here comes snowy. And then dive forward, humble warrior. Maybe right shoulder goes inside right knee, or maybe you hover the chest over the right thigh, that's fine. Now, squeeze the elbows, roll the heads of the shoulders back. It's a lot harder here, right? That's the work. Take the heads of the shoulders down away from the head, and the crown of the head away from the shoulders, so the back of the neck lengthens. Take the gaze towards your belly button, balance, and then sweep the right sit bone towards your left heel. Now tuck the chin, inhale, rise. And exhale, wide-legged fold. Towards the left side of the mat, insides of the feet parallel. Prasarita Padottanasana, B. Nice, snowy. So for B, we keep the hands where they are. Elbows draw back, shoulders draw down. Notice if there's a banana back going on. We don't want that. This is about the shoulders. It has nothing to do with our lower back. So core draws in, bring the rib cage down towards your hips. Roll the shoulders back and open, elbows draw together. Whew, so the core is working as we pull back against the core with our upper back muscles. So there's a lot that's going on. Belly's drawing in. We're gonna send the tailbone back as we send the chest forward. Squeeze the thighs. Bring the crown of the head down, and then again, roll the shoulders away from the crown or the base of your skull. Base of the skull away from the shoulders, and then squeeze your elbows together. Squeeze your elbows like you're holding a beach ball there. Tuck the chin, inhale, rise. Ooh, exhale, release, back of the mat. Both hands are gonna frame the left foot, but take them forward a bit. And then launch off the back leg, lift it up. Turn your right hip point down, turn the inside of your right thigh up, outside of the right thigh down. And then squeeze all the muscles of your right leg. Lift higher, lift the heel, and then exhale, tap down. 4 more, inhale. Exhale, belly stays firm. Inhale, right leg is firm. It does not have to be straight though. Feel for the whole left foot flat against the floor, except the arch, obviously. Just want to make sure that we're pressing down firmly. Good, lift the right leg, hover. Warrior 3, hands come to prayer. Anjali Mudra at your heart. Shoulders draw back and away from your ears. And then stand up, take the right knee with you. Right hand to the right hip, left hand to the right knee. Stand up taller. Press knee into hand, hand into knee. And then rotate the upper back so that the heart moves towards the back of your mat, the new back of your mat. Pull the right shoulder behind you. Pull the right ear behind you. And then look forward, inhale. And exhale, step back, warrior one. Set up your warrior one. The back arch is lifting, and the knife edge of your back foot is grounding. Your back quad is squeezing, your back glute is lifted. And then again, hands to hips, elbows draw back, and then pull the rib cage down. Inhale, exhale, dive forward, hollow out the belly. Hollow out the belly. And then if you've lost your posture, roll the shoulders down, squeeze the elbows. Belly in, and then sweep the left sits bone towards the right heel. Lift the right arch of the foot if it's collapsed. Tuck the chin, inhale, rise. Exhale to the side of your mat. Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide-legged forward fold. This time we're going to go for C. Interlace the fingers at your low back. You can take the awkward finger on top. Press the knuckles down. Inhale, lift the back of your heart. Look up if that's comfortable. Shoulder blades kiss. And then exhale, take your fist with you as you dive forward. Again, your knees can be bent, especially for this one. If you bend the knees, there's a tendency to be able to get more into the shoulders. Since this is a class all about the shoulders, you might try that, or maybe not. Fist to the low back, tuck the chin, inhale, rise. Exhale, back to the front of the mat, hands down. Step the right toes back. Plank, inhale, and then exhale, forearm plank. So we're gonna go through 3 level ups from here. If this level is plenty difficult for you, I want you to please honor that. If you'd like to level up again, we'll come into dolphin. Walking the toes towards the elbows. And then here, what we're looking for is pressing down into both forearms evenly. Forearms are parallel, and the palms root. You can bend the knees. The sides of the neck, we want to be nice and loose. And then the belly has to draw in to lift, to find that lift. If you want to level up from there, we're going to play with forearm stand. Drop the knees down. Or not, you can stay in your dolphin and move to forearm stand. And then if it's new to you, you can use a wall, or you might play with lifting one leg up and just seeing what it would be like to transfer all of your weight into the forearms and then lift the other leg up. When I was first learning Pincha Mayurasana, I used a block in between my hands because it gave me something to grab onto, so that helped the palms flatten. And it also kept my forearms parallel. When the shoulders are weak, when we're first learning to forearm balance, the elbows tend to go wide, and obviously you can see that that would be a harder base to balance off of. So the block just helped keep everything in line. So I would take it in between the J of both hands and then find my dolphin. Now, if you are not new to forearm balance, you're welcome to pop into it. I ask that you lift, you don't kick. And then we're gonna walk the toes forward as much as you can. We want to press away from us through the forearm, press away from the floor with your forearms, and then lift a leg. And coming to balance. Internally rotate the legs. Point the toes. Pull the belly in. Feel the shoulders pressing. And then come down. The way we started class. Remove the block or whatever if you have it. Balasana. Hands by your sides, forehead down. Let the shoulders melt. We're going to find some back bending next. I haven't done much of that this class. So when you're ready, we'll slither down onto the belly. And we're going to find seal pose. So for this one, the hands come wider than the mat, and I tend to start on fingertips. Take the forehead down, roll the heads of the shoulders down, and draw the elbows down. Relax your lower body. And then peel the head and the chest off of the mat. You don't have to go very far. If you'd like to go deeper, the hands can come in closer to you, or you can flatten out the palms. And then take the fingers so they point away from you to either side, about 45 degrees. I like to do that. That's just my preference. Roll the heads of the shoulders down, and then spin the eyes of the elbows forward so that the shoulder blades can draw down towards your hips. And then feel for the bottom angle of each shoulder blade drawing into the opposite back pocket of your imaginary jeans. It's going to turn on the lower fibers of your traps, which are very helpful in supporting the upper back in back bends like this one. They tend to be weak on people, which is usually not a problem, but when we're back bending, it's good to be able to recruit all of the muscles of our back to support us in a very physically demanding position. To come out of this, we're going to bend the elbows down. And then take one hand on top of the other. And then take your forehead on top of that. Alligator. And you can sweep the hips from side to side. You might even take the feet up and wave the legs side to side. Our last posture is Matsyasana. Well, it's Shavasana, but second to last. So we're just going to flip over like a pancake. And there's a few different things you can do with the legs here. I feel that the easiest is just to keep your legs in a bridge shape. If lotus is in your practice, you can take that. Or Ashtanga style, we would take the legs at 45 degrees. If you're feeling really spicy, knock yourself out, and you can do that. I'm going to come into lotus. And then we'll come down onto the elbows, or if you're lying down, just prop yourself up on the elbows and take the hands down. And then we'll lift the chest and lower the crown of the head to the floor behind us. It doesn't have to touch. If it can touch, great. I like my legs in lotus. It just provides a really nice counterweight to keep my low body grounded as my upper body goes into a back bend. And then you can bring the shoulder blades together behind you, and that might give you a little bit more lift through the heart. And then bring your bottom jaw to touch your top jaw. And you might even jut out your bottom jaw a little bit to give yourself a cute little underbite. And that's going to stretch out the front of your neck more. Take your attention to your third eye. We're going to come out very gently. If you're in lotus, uncross your legs. Lower them if they're lifted. And then press into the elbows to lift the head. and then lower everything down onto the mat. If there's anything else that your body is asking for you to take, I want you to honor that. And we're just going to move into Shavasana here, but feel free to take your time getting into it so that you can fully rest. We'll slowly extend the legs. Let the toes flop out, let the hands open to the ceiling. Take a big breath to gather up any remaining tension that might be left in your energetic space, your physical space. And as you exhale, trying to release that so that you can soften. Feel that the shoulders are 2 blocks of ice melting. Ice to water. Water to gas. My friends, this is where I'm going to leave you, but please feel free to stay in Shavasana for as long as you are called to. I just ask that you get up mindfully and slowly when it's time to allow for any lessons or insights from the practice to marinate so that you can integrate them into your daily life off of the mat. You did such good work today. I hope you're feeling as good as I am. Thanks again for coming. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.